So ring counters are two types. One is called the straight ring counter, one is called the twisted ring counter. So the straight ring counter, also called the overback counter, and the twisted ring counter are also called the Johnson counter. Okay. Now, what is called the ring counter? So a ring counter is a type of counter composed of circular shift register. So we know the shift register is actually the register which is actually shifting the data either from the left side to right side or from the right side to left side. But suppose for the right shift register which shifted the data towards the right, then the LSB is gone and this place is occupied by the next bit in this way. So, but in case of ring counter, no datas are gone. Okay, the datas are not actually vanished or gone. What happens? Suppose this is I just write one bit 1 1 0 0 1 1. So suppose this is a 6-bit data 1 1 0 0 1 1. If we give it to only the right shift register, then what happen on the occurrence of the next clock pulse? This one become vanish, the last MSB become vanish. This one is actually gone. Okay, and this place is occupied by that data, right? This way. This place is occupied by this data, and the first place is occupied by the data which is supplied by the user. This is the concept of the shift register. But what is called the circular shift register? In case of circular shift register, suppose the same data 1 1 0 0 1 1. If it is a say right circular register, so this bit LSB is actually coming in the front and it will placed here. Okay, then this place is occupied by that data like this one. So it's a circular manner. That's why they are called the ring counter. So hope you all understand what is the difference between shift register and the ring counter or the circular ring counter. Circular ring counter means the LSB is actually placed in the MSB position, then every data is shifted towards the right one bit. And in case of left shift ring counter, the MSB is actually coming in the place of LSB and every other bit shifted one bit left position. Got the concept? What is called the ring counter? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So this is called the ring counter. Now there are two types of the ring counters are there. One is called the straight ring counter or simply the ring counter. This one is called simply the ring counter. This one is sometimes called the Johnson counter or the twisted ring counter. So in case of straight ring counter, the last flip-flop output is actually connected to the first flip-flop input. Okay. Everything is written there. I just show you the example here. Ring counter 5-bit. So this is the simply 5-bit ring counter, and let me show you the operation of that ring counter. Okay, so here you see that here I take the 5D flip-flop. This is the 1 2 3 4 5D flip-flop. The clear is short circuited. Every clear is short circuited and it is connected to a common clear which is generally connected to 1 if we not want to clear the data. If we want to clear all the data, then we only give it to 0. Otherwise, for the normal operation, the common clear should be connected at 1. Now, all the preset means the last 4 flip-flop preset is short circuited and it is connected to 1, but the first one preset is connected to a toggle switch which is written as preset. So this one is the preset for the first flip-flop only. The rest of the flip-flop is getting a common one as a preset. Okay, I will explain why this thing is there. Why not we take the all common preset and connect it to a normal one? The clock pulse is synchronous for all the flip-flops and it is connected to a pulsar. Output is taken as this one. Okay. If I run the circuit, let's see what will happen. I just run the circuit. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I run the circuit. You see the clock pulse is actually blinking. To make it more understandable, I just connect a LED, displays digital logic display. So I placed a LED in this one, in this place, so that you can understand that the circuit is actually clock pulse is working or not in the circuit. So 1 minute please. So this clock pulse, now I run the circuit again. Circuit is running. You see the clock pulse is actually connected to the circuit. So every flip-flop getting the clock pulse simultaneously. But what is the output? Output is changing or not? Output is changing or not?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So output is not changing. Okay. And you see the ring counter means the last flip-flop. You see this is the last flip-flop and the last flip-flop output. This is the output. Q is only the output. So last flip-flop output is taken back and it is connected to the first flip-flop input. All the other flip-flop getting the previous flip-flop output. Means suppose this is the, if we call this is the D0. So Q0 is connected to D1. Q2 is connected to D2 like this one. All the previous flip-flop except the first one getting the D input from the previous flip-flop output, not the output bar. And the first flip-flop getting the input from the last flip-flop output. This is called the ring counter. But if we implement it in the hardware circuit or in the software simulation, if we run the circuit, there is no change in the output. So why is called the counter? It's not showing anything. It's always permanently fixed at 0. To understand this one, we need to see. So a straight ring counter or overback counter. Overback counter means the last one is connected to the first one. Overback counter connects the output of the last shift register to the first shift register input and circulates a single 1 or 0 bit around the ring. What is the meaning of this particular line? Circulates a 1 or 0 bit around the ring. Okay, around the ring. For example, a 4-bit register one-shot counter. Achha, what is the meaning of this one-shot counter? This is a very important term. Means this ring counter is actually very easy, but few terms are there which is very important here. One is that this one-shot counter. Why this ring counter is called the one-shot counter? Because to run the counter, not only you just press the run switch, but also you need to give one shot. Means you need to preset one flip-flop input. Means one flip-flop output. So one is forcefully stored inside one of the flip-flop, any of the flip-flop, then only it will run properly. So let's see. That's why I make the preset for the last 4 flip-flop common to 1. But first one preset is connected to a toggle switch and this is a active low. So that means if I give a 0 here, the 1 is stored for the first flip-flop in the first flip-flop. Let's see what will happen. So okay, 1 minute. I need to give a very quick pulse. Clear. Run the circuit. Clear it. Give a very quick pulse. So you see, once I shot, 1 is stored inside the first flip-flop. And as 1 is stored inside the first flip-flop, this 1 is now circulating around the ring. Able to see this one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that's why this is called one-shot counter. Again show, again see. I stop it, I clear everything, I run it, I clear everything using the clear pulse. So you see this is the initial situation, nothing is changing. So I need to give a very quick shot so that 1 will store inside the first flip-flop, and if I able to store a 1 inside the first flip-flop, this 1 is actually circulate among the ring. Give a very quick pulse, so 1 will store. This is called the one shot, as if that you are shotting one bullet and that will store a 1 inside a flip-flop and then the 1 is actually circulating. But the 1 is not pre-shot, preloaded. You have to put it inside the flip-flop using a shot. Shot means very quick pulse you need to give, otherwise more 1 will be stored, and if more number of 1 will be stored, then that value is actually circulating, not the single 1. So this is called the ring counter. Now let's see. So this is called a ring counter. So for example, 4-bit counter, if the initial value is 1000, then the next one is 0111, as if the 1 is actually circulating. Then 1 is 0010, then is 0001, then again 100, like this one. So that's why this is the truth table for the ring counter, 4-bit ring counter sequence. This is the state ring or simply the ring counter. Here you see after I stored a 1 inside this one, then this is the first one, then in the next clock pulse, this is nothing but the clock pulse number. State 0, 1, 2 means it's nothing but the clock pulse number. So when the next clock pulse will arrive, the 1 is actually shifted from the first position Q0 to Q1, because Q1 means the Q0 is connected to the D1. That's why it is shifted like this one. In the next clock pulse, the 1 is actually shifted in this position, and in the next clock pulse, it is actually shifted in the position. Now, can somebody tell me, if somebody give me the answer, I'll be very happy. I thought you will be understand properly this ring counter. So how many states are there for this 4-bit ring counter? This is for a 4-bit ring counter because 4 flip-flops are used. So how many states are there? State means the output of the flip-flop. How many states are there? So you see first state is 1 0 0 0 0. This is the state number 1. This is actually the 4. Sorry, 4 9. This is actually the 8. Then coming 0 1 0 1. Sorry, 0 1 0 0. This is equal to 4. So this is a state number 2. Then coming 0 0 1 0 2. So this is state number 3. And last one 0 0 0 1. So this is the 1 or state number 4. After again it will go to the 8. So that means for a 4-bit ring counter, the total number of states are also 4. Okay, so in general, n-bit ring counter, how many states are there in case of n-bit ring counter? N. Okay. So objective, so many times it came in the exam that how many bits are there for a n-bit ring counter. So if it is a state ring counter or simply the ring counter, for n-bit, the total number of states are n. Okay. So this is called a ring counter. Come to the last one of the counter, which is called the Johnson counter or the twisted ring counter. And I think you will understand why this is called the one-shot counter, because unless you give one shot, unless you store one inside the flip-flop, any flip-flop, the ring counter will not produce the output. After you stored up 1 inside any of the flip-flop, then the 1 is actually circulating like this one. So that's why they are called one-shot counter. Without the shot, the flip-flop will not run. The counter, Johnson ring counter, will not run. Come to the twisted ring counter, also called the Johnson counter. Now, in case of twisted ring counter, the connection is exactly same except one connection. Here, the last flip-flop output bar is actually connected to the first flip-flop input. Okay. Just let's see here, ring counter, there is no Johnson counter. So let me find out where is the Johnson counter. Johnson counter 5-bit. Okay. So here you see everything is look exactly same. Here we doesn't require any pre-shot. That's why all the presets are short circuited together, and they are brought to a common preset input which is connected to 1 normally, and all the clear are short circuit together again, and they are connected to a common clear which is connected to the 1 again. All the flip-flop inside this Johnson counter or the twisted ring counter getting the same clock pulse from an external source or the clock source, and the output is taken as this one. Here this same is same except the first one. All the other flip-flops getting the clock pulse from the previous flip-flop output, but the first flip-flop getting the clock pulse from the last flip-flop output bar. Previously, in case of the ring counter, the first flip-flop getting the clock pulse from the previous last flip-flop output, but here in case of twisted ring counter or the Johnson counter, the last flip-flop getting the clock pulse from the last flip-flop output bar. That is the only change between the ring counter and the twisted ring counter. Okay. Now let's see what will be the states, counting states. But before do this one, we need to understand this is the twisted ring counter or the Johnson counter. So this is the truth table of the twisted ring counter. Here you see initial state is always 0 0 0 0. Then first it is filled up by 1, then it is filled up by 0 again. How it is, what is the meaning of it is filled up by 1? So initially all are 0 like this one, then the Q0 is filled up by 1, Then in the next clock pulse, both the Q1 and Q0 filled up by 1. Then in the next clock pulse, Q0, Q1 and Q2 are filled up by 1. Then at the next clock pulse, all the 4 outputs are filled up by 1, or means all the 4 flip-flops are filled up by 1. Then again the first flip-flop is filled up by 0. In the next one, the second flip-flop is also filled up by 0, like this one. So once all the flip-flops are filled up by 0, next all the flip-flops are filled up by 1. So that is called the twisted ring counter. And again, can somebody tell me how many states are there for 4-bit twisted ring counter?
8.
How many states are there for 4-bit? 8 states are there. So you see, this is the 0 and this is set number 7. So that means total 8 states are there. So in general, for n-bit Johnson counter or twisted ring counter, how many states are there?
2n.
2n. Very good. So you need to remember this one. Okay. So for ring counter, n-bit ring counter, the total number of states is also n. But for twisted ring counter, n-bit, the total number of states are 2n. So this is the difference between the ring counter and the twisted ring counter. And in case of connection, the Q is connected to D0 here, and here the Q bar, last flip-flop output bar, is connected to the first flip-flop input here. That is the only difference between the ring counter and the twisted ring counter. Let's run the circuit. So you see, initially it is 0, then all these things start filling by 1, then after all the counter start filling by 0. Look here, 0, then start filling by 1, completed, then start filling by 0, completed, again 0. So this is called the twisted ring counter. Got it? And it doesn't require any K-map state diagram for implementing this one. Only D flip-flops are required in this design. But for the ring counter, you need to give a pre-shot or one shot. But for the twisted ring counter or the Johnson counter, it doesn't require to do anything. Got this one?
Yes, sir.
So this is the circuit, same circuit. This is a ring counter and that is the twisted ring counter. So this sequential logic circuit is also over today, and few things are left. One is this design of the sequential, the design of the digital logic circuit. That means the Moore and Mealy model. Another is the analog to digital converter. So in the next day, another important thing is there, which is the memory element, this RAM-ROM. So next day we'll start this one, the RAM-ROM design techniques, because that one is important compared to the analog digital technique. Analog digital, generally this is a theoretical things, means little bit things are there which need to be understood. Otherwise it's a theoretical thing. If you just read out the theory, you can easily understand that one. But for the design using the RAM-ROM, PROM, RAM, EPROM, a concept is required. So in the next day we will start the memory elements. Okay, after that we will go for the analog digital comparator circuit. And again, I am requesting you, so many questions, you have the question bank, entire question bank. So except the RAM-ROM design techniques, analog to digital converter, and the Moore-Mealy circuit, you can able to implement any, you can able to answer any questions. Okay, if you have any problem regarding anything, just give me the question. Okay, so today এখানেই থাক, because আমি আর অতক্ষণ ক্লাস নেব না আজকে, নতুন আমি যেটা শুরু করছি না আজকে, what is called this memory element. So in the next day we will start the memory element.